Hey, Sagittarius. Welcome to your weekly forecast for May 24th through the 30th. We do have the lunar eclipse coming up on the 26th. And eclipse energy tends to last about 6 months or so, or it can. So there might be some things coming up for you in this reading this week that are going to be a theme going on for a little while. We're going to check in and see how the energies might be affecting Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising in this week ahead and through this eclipse energy that we've got coming up. One more shuffle here. Okay, my dears, let's get right on into it. So the first card coming up here is the Three of Swords. Now, don't you fret. I know people see Three of Swords and they get a little bit kind of freaked out like something bad is going to happen. But when you're getting a card like this around the full moon or around the moon cycle, in my experience, what I've seen reading for people over the years, it tends to be about just letting you know that you might have a really thorough, really deep cleansing and release of past things you've been holding on to. Okay, I also sometimes see the Three of Swords come up when there's a truth being revealed to you. Like maybe you were waiting for proof about a certain situation, or you kind of like maybe felt or sensed, but you weren't sure. The universe might step in and reveal to you and say, look, don't doubt yourself. Trust your instincts, trust your gut, and may reveal some kind of truth to you. This is pretty significant because from my understanding in this particular eclipse that's coming up, because of the current planetary placements, we're going to be releasing anything that's been slowing us down or holding us back. Okay, so if there's been like a limited belief that's been stopping you, or if you've just been kind of holding on to old cycles, just basically whatever no longer serves you. And maybe there's been certain things about your life that they're not working for you anymore, but you've had a hard time letting go because you might feel bad for other people involved in the situation. You might be making certain sacrifices for certain people, and the Three of Swords sometimes comes up to say, hey, look, don't sacrifice anymore for this situation, or don't sacrifice anymore for this person, because you're being very loyal in a situation where you might not be receiving the same loyalty or commitment back. So oftentimes I see Three of Swords as a release, as a truth being revealed, of the universe giving us permission to move on or move forward. And I'll say this real quick. Some of you are waiting for me to say it, and some of you are tired of me saying it, but I need to say it for the people who haven't heard it anymore, because who haven't heard it before, because I know this card scares people. In my experience, this release that comes in with the Three of Swords, it's very quick. It might be intense, but I don't think you're going to be in Three of Swords energy for 6 months. I feel like the Three of Swords is happening so that you can have a good 6 months coming up ahead and, moving into the future. And the example that I give is when I used to teach preschool. The kids would be running around the playground, one of them would fall and they'd be screaming and crying like it was the end of the world. And it was real. They weren't being dramatic. It scared them that they fell. It hurt. It freaked them out. It messed up their little vibe that they had going on. But you give them a hug, you give them an ice pack, a Band-Aid, whatever. 2 minutes later, they're running off again. They're a T-Rex. They're a superhero. They're like whatever. They don't even remember it happened, right? Like they just kind of get right back into it. And that's what I tend to see with Three of Swords energy. You might have a really intense release. You might have a really big cry. But like once it's out, it's over, it's gone, and you're like, I'm good, I got this. Like you feel lighter, you feel free, you feel a lot better. And so don't let this card scare you. The next card coming in, Saggies, is the King of Swords. Now, I know typically in tarot, when we see major arcana or when we see court cards, they tend to represent other people. So this could mean, traditionally speaking, that you might be dealing with a air sign person. So air sign is going to be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. If you have air sign placements, those areas of your life might be at the forefront of your focus right now. That might be where you're trying to make some some really big changes and kind of get things in order. But those of you who watch my videos, you know that I do once a month a love reading and then weekly forecasts. This is a weekly forecast. I really want to focus on you and your energy. I don't want to be too concerned about what other people are doing. I want to be focusing on you and what's going on with you. So some of you could be stepping into this King of Swords kind of energy, or seeking out a King of Swords kind of person, having to do around structure, order. I'm hearing discipline and planning. I'm hearing accountability. So Sagittarius, some of you have some really big plans of things that you're wanting to do, and maybe you've tried to do it in the past and you've fallen off track. So some of you may be seeking out some kind of coach or advisor or therapist or somebody that you're reporting to. Some of you are seeking that like a sense of like healthy guidance in your life, instead of turning around and leaning on the people around you, right? Instead of being like, oh, hey, let's like have an accountability thing. You're setting it up with your cousin or your best friend or like whatever. What happens, right? A lot of the times in those situations, we might both fall off the wagon, right? Or you might both fall off the wagon. So I feel like some of you are going to like a professional for counsel, for guidance, for like helping you along. The King of Swords can also be that you're ready to make logical decisions without letting your emotions get in the way. The King of Swords is always going to do what is in the best and highest good of everyone involved, and he's going to find a way to make it work for everybody. And he's going to find a way to do what is logical. He's not going to make unrealistic or unprofitable sacrifices or decisions. Okay, he's gonna do what makes sense. He's gonna be efficient. So a lot of you are coming into those characteristics and that kind of way of thinking. You're going to make logical decisions. You're going to be effective instead of, spinning your wheels and getting nowhere, being like upside down spinning your wheels. You're done with that cycle. And you're also not going to do things for people out of a sense of guilt or obligation if it doesn't make sense to do it, right? You're going to be able to put those feelings aside and do what makes sense. The next card here, my dears, is the Ace of Swords. So there's a lot of air sign energy coming in. Like I said, if you have air sign placements, you might really be in that air sign energy, or you may really be in the realm of thought, regardless of if you have air sign placements. I really love the Ace of Swords. And I'm very moved to see it come up at this time frame for the signs that have received it. Because when the Ace of Swords comes up, traditionally speaking, Ace of Swords could be a communication, not cumin. We're not cooking here. A communication, a truth being revealed, an agreement, a contract, an idea. These are all things that are traditionally linked with the Ace of Swords. But Ace of Swords has a special meaning for me, okay? And it really confirms what I was saying with this eclipse energy that's coming in. This eclipse is about clearing out old cycles, things that no longer serve us, and limiting beliefs. And for me, I tend to see the Ace of Swords come up for people when they're going through a massive like crown chakra clearing, like just blasting all of the stuck energy out of the crown chakra. So clearing away limited beliefs. I see Ace of Swords come up when somebody's going through a time that they're clearing out their limited beliefs and they're getting rid of them. And they're beginning to think more efficiently. They're finding ways to make things easier in their life. They're finding quick and simple solutions for things that have plagued them for a long time in their life. Okay, it's like you've had this problem and you didn't know how to get out of it, or you didn't know how to overcome some obstacle, and the Ace of Swords is saying all of a sudden you're having this epiphany where you're like, oh my gosh, that's it. That's so easy. Oh my goodness, why didn't I do this before? Why didn't I think of this before? The negative ego starts to come in with that, oh, why didn't I think of this before? Because negative ego sees you're about to get some movement here and starts to kind of try to make you feel bad and blame you. Oh, you wasted time. Oh, you should have done this before. Oh my gosh, like it, don't listen to the negative ego. Just focus on the ideas, focus on the solutions that are coming in and run with them, and know and trust that you're exactly where you're meant to be in this moment in time. You realized it when you were ready to realize it, and you realized it when you had the courage and the ability and the vibration to take the steps that you're being guided to take. So don't get caught up in that negative ego trap of you should have done this sooner, or oh my gosh, so stupid, why didn't you think of this before? Tell the negative ego to shut up and take a hike, okay? Don't listen to that nonsense. Focus on what's coming in and move forward in this positive change that's happening for you, the door that's opening for you. The next card here, Sagittarius, is the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is a card that comes up when there's a sense of creating and establishing a new foundation. Okay, a new foundation, a new way of doing things. Traditionally speaking, Three of Pentacles can sometimes also indicate some type of a collaboration where you're coming in and you're working with others towards a common goal. It can also be somebody taking you under their wing and showing you the ropes. Showing you the ropes, showing you how to do something, mentoring you professionally, mentoring you in a skill or craft or career. A lot of the times I see Three of Pentacles come up for people when they're in a work situation, when they can sense that they're getting like they can sense that the people above them, the supervisors or the higher ups, are really watching them, really have an eye on them. They might even feel or sense that like the higher ups are talking about them. You might even have a supervisor come up to you and be like, oh, hey, look, Sagittarius, tomorrow morning when you come in, can you please do me a favor, and instead of going to your desk, can you go over and sit with so and so in that other department over there and take notes and learn what they're doing? Just kind of shadow them for the day and learn what they're doing. Or they might like do things like that, and they might be moving you around and you're like, what in the heck is going on? Like, am I not doing my job good? Are they trying to put me somewhere else so that they don't have to get rid of me? Typically what's happening is they see potential in you. They see potential in you. They have an idea of moving you up, but they may be trying to figure you out first to see what you like, what you seem to respond to, where your strengths are best applied, where they're going to get the most out of you, and that you're going to be happy there. And so sometimes in a work situation, there may be some moving around, or you may be start getting trained in different aspects of the company or the field. If you are looking for work, Three of Pentacles is letting us know that you're establishing something, and that over the next 6 months, this is going to be the kind of place where you're going to be able to move up. There's going to be growth, albeit it may be gradual growth, but some of you are manifesting this ability like to move up, to not stay stuck in one certain level, right? To kind of build upon your skills and learn new skills even, and to advance in some way in as far as like career goes. Okay, you may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos, because some weeks those are going to resonate more than others. You may need a private reading or want a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. I am a little behind right now, guys, on private readings. There's been a lot going on with my family. I've been in the process of relocating. I got crazy neighbor drama. I'm gonna have to move again. So I'm getting put. I'm getting a schedule down, even though I'm gonna have to move again. I'm getting a schedule down so that I can go ahead and be able to uh, be on schedule and be caught up and have the podcasts and everything regular again. So be sure to check that out. Be sure to watch the love readings for those of you who want love and romance. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment if you feel moved to do so. Thank you for watching, my dears. Take care.